sovereign debt that the countries are holding, this affects the condition of the banks, and the rating of the countries affects the assets that the banks hold. So this affects the conditional banks again in a negative way, which affects the economic environment and the European Monetary Union. So we suggest an intervention in the conditional banks with a financial mechanism that can supervise the banking sector, dissolution of the domestic banks and national governments, which leads to more diversification, reduced exposure, SMEs, have investment in those, and then increase the sovereign rating, the economic condition, which will then benefit the EMU again.
So I think that one of the enduring tragedies of the crisis is unemployment, and I believe that just about everyone in here has addressed it tonight, right? What I haven't heard yet is the newly emerging conversation about the fact that this fiscal crisis is actually remarkably skill biased when you look at unemployment. It attacks men under 25, it attacks those with low skills, and it attacks youth in that they have less experience. Yes, they are well educated, or they leave high school. So you've got two groups of people, right? But how many people, what was it, psychology in France, how many psychologists do we need in France, right? I haven't been to France, I don't know, yeah? But I can tell you that right now we have growth industries that are being hindered because of the widening gap between available talent and the skills that they need in order to succeed. And so one of our longer-term solutions would be increasing innovation through SMEs. We would argue that diversifying industry, Greece has shipping, Greece has hospitality. What happens when shipping and hospitality are no longer relevant? Let's encourage each one of the member states to diversify industry. There are a number of growth industries that are already active, especially in the emerging markets in Eastern Europe. Medical devices, wind energy, alternative energy. Focusing on wind energy for just a minute, it grew 226% between 2003 and 2009. But then it stopped, the growth slowed. Why? Because they couldn't find the project managers, the engineers, or the people that know how to move heavy machinery. There's a dearth of talent. We would suggest that these gold-based bonds and this diversification of risk would then fund these SMEs, that we would then fund these growth industries in emerging markets in Eastern Europe. We would then couple with associations, people that can build vocational training programs that build meaningful skills that the industries actually need. We don't need more generic training programs, right? What we need are training programs that speak to the youth, that can give them the skills that they need in order to move through growth industries. And finally, why not have an integrated job search mechanism? Why not have an EU-wide job database? Let the people know where these vocational training programs are available. Let them know where the jobs are. Ultimately, our long-term solution is investing in R&D, focusing on increased investment in Poland and Turkey. McKinsey has already identified them as two of the hot countries. Turkey, yes, considering candidacy for a member state. Poland, yes, currently a member state. And also in Slovenia. We would promote innovation, entrepreneurship by investing in the SMEs. But why is that? Because we want to improve the quality of life of the EU citizens. Yes? We believe in the European dream. At the end of the day, what we're defining as quality of life is substantive contribution, something that someone can go home at the end of the day and say, I am proud of the work that I did today. Plenty has been written about the contribution that one makes to society. It results in civic obedience, but also civic involvement. It increases voter rates. It improves education. It improves health. It is the long-term solution that the EU is looking for. People are the engine that drive the solution.
So, as we're driving to the European dream, we see that our whole vision is about unification and stabilization. As we mentioned, in the short terms, we have the quantitative easing and goal as a collateral that will make the system more robust. Turning into short to long term, we have the SMEs and Europeanization, and for the long term with the social we mentioned are investing in SMEs, diversifying industry, and vocational training. For all of it, we see how the human capital is really important. And taking Dr. Lloyd Williams' words, we see how psychological invisibility is what it's turning all the people in the crisis, how they're getting everything turned down and they don't have opportunities or anything to support. So we see how our system will become between a robust to anti-fragile. Turning the invisibility term into class, we'll see how a really important tool that we manage in class was mapping. So I'll take you to our map. It's a really complex map where we added some terms just such as past, current situation, and future. In past, we added some mixed match data that was going on. We have now the current situation, and in the future are our solutions. In blue with thumbs up is how the map is going forward, and thumbs down is how it's slowing down. We found really important archetypes that Victoria will lead, but here's all our solutions. If you wanna, we'll leave it at the end for you to say it.
We have identified two different archetypes that relate to the European Union as a system. The first one is limits to growth. In the past, the European Union has done an impressive progress that benefited Europe in a unique way. But right now, the progress has stagnated, and this is related to the lack of support throughout the entire European Union. That led to, and now we have diminishing quality and a lack of growth. The next archetype that we have identified is shifting the burden. In the past, we have repaired problems whenever they occurred, because obviously in the European Union there were many problems in their history. But now in the present, now they are paying the price of not having addressed the problems properly in the past. And this resulted in a more complex European Union.
So you have seen our wonderful solutions given to you. And we have conducted a small research of, we conducted small research about, we asked people, what do you feel about EU as an integrated body? And they have given me, I got 50 answers and from different people, from artists, from few boyfriends, girlfriends, other people. And they have given wonderful solutions, wonderful quotes you can read if you feel like it. So,
can you read one for us, Hemanth? It's hard to see.
Yeah.
Sorry. European nationality should be promoted. That's one of the things. And personally, one guy was talking that there should not be an integration with Europe. Germany should fight itself and become a superpower like US.
Sorry.
So people actually have different opinions. So that's what we are trying to address here. Thank you for your time. And
Thank
questions,
you.
please.